So far, both of your hands have gotten a lot of exercise. Your left hand has been hard at work playing different chord shapes, and your right hand has been busy learning how to strum. So in this lesson, we'll take a break from that and talk about one of the most fundamental things in music, the musical alphabet. Now hopefully you know the regular alphabet, and if you do, you're a step ahead of the game. The musical alphabet has some of the same letters as the regular alphabet. In fact, it starts with A and goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but it stops at G. So there's no H or anything beyond H. A, B, C, D, F, G, and then repeats back at A. Now something unique with the musical alphabet are these things called sharps and flats. You may have heard of something like A sharp or E flat when you hear two musicians talking to each other. A sharp simply means higher than. So if you hear A sharp, it means a note that's higher than A. A flat, on the other hand, means lower than. So if someone says E flat, it means a note that's lower than E. So sharp is higher than, and flat is lower than. Now take the first two letters of the alphabet, A and B. In the musical alphabet, there's a letter that's sandwiched right in between A and B. And this note is higher than A, but it's lower than B. So in the music world, you would call this note A sharp, or you could call it a B flat. Take another example, the two letters C and D. There's a letter that's in between the C and the D. This letter is higher than a C, but it's lower than a D. So that letter would be called a C sharp, or you could call it a D flat. Now there's two exceptions to this rule. B and C and E and F are stuck together. Big cars eat fuel will help you remember B and C, big cars, and E and F, eat fuel, are stuck together. They don't have any in-between notes. So what's higher than E? F is higher than E. What's higher than B? C. So B and C, E and F are stuck together. Everything else, though, has an in-between note. So let's take a look at the whole musical alphabet. Just like the regular alphabet, start with A. And after A is not B yet, it's an A sharp or a B flat, because this is the note that's between A and B. Next is the B. After B, if you remember, big cars eat fuel. After B is a C. After the C note is a C sharp, or you could also call it a D flat. Two different names for the same note. Then you have a D. After the D is a D sharp or an E flat. Then you have an E. Remember, big cars eat fuel. After E is an F because they're stuck together. After F is an F sharp, or you could call it a G flat. And then G. But you're not done yet. There's one more note before you go back to A, because G and A are not stuck together. There's a note between G and A. It's higher than G, but it's lower than A. So this note is called a G sharp or an A flat. Now that's the whole musical alphabet. But just to make sure that you understand it, I'm going to give you a quick quiz. So what letter comes after an A? An A sharp or a B flat comes after an A. What letter comes after a C? A C sharp or a D flat comes after a C. Now which letter comes after an E? F comes after E because E and F are stuck together. Big cars eat fuel. Now which letter comes before a C? A B comes right before a C because, again, B and C are stuck together. Now which note comes after G? A G sharp or an A flat, because it's higher than G, but it's lower than A. Now you know all 12 notes of the musical alphabet. This will be very useful in all sorts of things, from naming notes on the guitar to learning different types of chords.